Hello friends, I know it's been a while since I've even spoken on one of my videos. I usually just play random hymnals on here now, but I thought that this one deserved to have my voice on it considering the gravity of what happened last night at the event. But just so you guys know, it's not a distraction. It's an experiment. Like mostly everything that you see in the news cycle, it's an emotional experiment. And they like to do these once in a while just to gauge people's moral tolerance or moral acceptable, how do I say this? Morally accepted tolerance, okay? What I mean by that is, Will reacted while he overreacted, right? Over a joke. Well, those are just words. So think of it in the terms of like breaking it down into simplicity. Chris Rock said some words. Will Smith overreacted and violently acted out against those words. Okay, so they were just words. So is it acceptable for a man to violently overreact to words being spoken about somebody that he loves? Now, if you think about this in that terms, some of us would say, meh, well, I wouldn't go that far, but emotions were high, right? So some people would say it's acceptable on a certain level, right? Well, replace loved one with country. So let's say somebody was saying words that attacked a country, just words. Would it be morally acceptable and would it be morally tolerable for that country being spoken about to overreact violently? So if you take it into the context of that, and then you kind of back away from it and see it from the bigger picture, I think they're just gauging public opinion on whether or not it's morally acceptable to react to words or phrasings or implications or innuendo. Innuendo, is that how you say innuendo? So that's what they're doing with this particular event, okay? And it wasn't like I just came to this conclusion. I was reading through so many reactions this morning at about, I don't know, it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I was scrolling on Facebook and nothing in my newsfeed was but this event and this situation, and people were reacting on both sides, right? So some people were like, this was an overreaction. Some people were like, this is just a distraction. We shouldn't even pay it any mind, blah 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 blah. Some people were like, I think that he overreacted, he shouldn't have did this. And other people were like, yeah, he should have, good on him, right? And so it was like varying degrees of acceptance, so if we were being tested, we failed. So just letting y'all know, we failed. When these things happen, you should just ignore it. Not talk about it like this. Not like give it any like life. Because they're gauging our emotional tolerance, our moral tolerance, and what we accept as a moral act, right? And what we should be doing is weighing it against the Word of God and seeing if it would be acceptable in God's terms of what he did. And no, God said to turn the other cheek. So it is not okay for a man to attack another man over words. neither is it okay for a country to attack another country over words. So I'm just putting that out there, that I am not supporting of any sort of actions that had nothing to do with us, basically. Now, I know that there's going to be some of you that are out there that try to virtue signal and say stupid things like, but shouldn't countries that are already being oppressed by a country step in and stop the oppression? Well, what do we have the United Nations for? I was under the impression the United Nations was founded and the United League for this particular reason, to go and deal with this kind of situation. Why do other countries have to do it? United Nations is supposed to be the one that's peacekeeping the world, isn't that? Just wondering, why do we have a United Nations, and why are we funneling money into that United Nations if they doing nothing? I'm just asking a question here. So, no, I don't think we should step in if another country is oppressing another country, because that's what the UN is for. So, UN, step up your business and get on it. That being said, I hope that you read through these slides and then find me on social media somewhere and we can discuss this further. Until then, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night.